Yellow Flash 2 pointed out earlier this afternoon that Japan is getting fed up with Western localizers committing one of their biggest crimes of treachery, dub butchery for political gain or political brownie points. In other words, many of the major dubbing industry juggernauts, Jamie Markey, Montreal, Chris Sabat, etc., and for those wondering, this is not Vic Mignogna related. I didn't even bother putting the hashtag in here. So this is just my opinion on what makes a good dub, what in my view makes a good dub, and what in my view makes a bad dub of Japanese content. No more and no less. Have been going out of their way for the better part of at least the last 7 or 8 years to butcher dubs for political agendas. I mean, do I think it started with Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid? No, but I do think it was one of the first major signs of it. That's example of a bad dub where you basically take the content, show no respect for the contents or the text of the situation or the culture, and then just basically butcher it by sticking your own personal political opinions and beliefs into the content. Who created Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid? I'm gonna look that up. Let's see. The original creator of the manga. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Writer was Kuryokushinya. I don't know who the hell that is. Kuryokushinya. Injar. Forgive me for butchering the enunciation of this word. I have never heard of this individual, okay? Hmm. And whoever this is doesn't would prefer to leave their real name un. Well, not giving me much of a choice since I don't know if this person is male or female. I will use the gender neutral they situation. I wonder how they would feel, well, if they learnt of what Crunchyroll was doing in the crime of dub butchery. Probably not all that. Probably wouldn't be all that happy. But in any case, you probably ask me, what's an example of a good dub? Well, there's some criteria for a good dub. You can either one, make a dub that's either unbearably and completely ad libbed where it's so bad it's good. Case in point, the biggest case in point, and in my view, the king of ad libbed anime dubs, the Samurai Pizza Cats. No, seriously, that thing is complete ad. That thing's dub is English dub is completely ad libbed. But to the point you're gonna bust a gut if you sit through it. It's on Tubi if you want to know, folks. Where does get the licensing rights to that? Let me double check that. Let's see. Samurai Pizza Cats. Who owns the rights to that? Saban. Damn it, Crunchyroll's got it as of 2015. But for those wondering, oh, Discotek's got it. At least in disc format. But then Crunchyroll's got its streaming counterpart. But it puzzles me as I have stumbled across the dub cuts why that is when I've seen the dub cuts over on Tubi. My guess is Crunchyroll doesn't want to associate with that show, mostly because All the actors in the original dub cut were not from their company. They were all Saban holdovers. And many of them you never heard of or they're probably dead. But getting back on topic. Two, the content is faithful to the context of the situations it's adapting, i.e., the setting, the point in time the show is set, and the location, as well as the social context. Or, and there are plenty that fit the bill in that category. Or, well, or in the case if you want to go live action realm, you do the OG Iron Chef route. You make the acting as cheesy as possible. In the case of that series, they did it in the style of a 70s kung fu, of a cheesy 70s Hong Kong kung fu film, while staying true to the seriousness. The dubbing was kind of hit or miss. Let me just double check that though. Considering they also set it up like a wrestling show. And while Iron Chef was considered a battle show, quote unquote, the food was the focus. But still, it was a good show to sit through. But at the end of the day, those are what I view make good dubs and what make bad dubs. If you leave your political alignment, your your personal ideology, and any of that crap out of it, I'll sit through it and watch it. But stick any of that shit in, and I'm not even gonna bother paying attention to it. More than likely, I'm just gonna fall asleep to it, listen to music on my iPad or my iPhone, or just read a fanfic. That's about all I do with it. Or better yet, just go on Tube. If you want to avoid the crap Crunchyroll puts on, just go on Tubi and watch a lot of sub anime content. I would have said Pluto, but they've really stretched out their anime content thin in as of late. As for Tubi, in regards to their sub to dub content ratio, I think it's like 85% sub cuts, 10 to 15% dub cuts. And most of the dub cuts are mostly older stuff, like all the first six Yu-Gi-Oh series, Monster Rancher, older Lupin the Third movies, Lupin the Third Part 5. Recently, Case Closed slash Detective Conan. I don't know why though. Midori Days, etc. I mean, that sort of stuff. As far as I'm concerned, if we're gonna Crunchyroll to kneel to our demands, get rid of the bad apples. We need to hit them where it hurts the worst, in their pockets. Stick to free streaming platforms, folks. Stick to things like Crackle, Tubi, Pluto, Roku TV. Anything where you can stream this stuff without having to pay legally, without having to pay a penny. As far as I'm concerned, that's where we're going to hit them the hardest. Leave a comment, smash a like, sub to the channel. This is Mets2128 signing out. Goodbye. Good fucking night.